Is it just me, or do things seem to be getting worse for Sergio Perez? Max Verstappen absolutely dominated in the RB18 this year, picking up a record-breaking amount of victories compared to Perez's 2 victories out of the 22-race season. And to top it off, Daniel Ricciardo is joining Red Bull as a reserve driver in 2023, which will surely increase the pressure on Perez moving forward. But that's not all, as Red Bull have made an admission about Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen's made a brutal comparison regarding Sergio Perez. This is one you don't want to miss, guys, so kick back, smash the like button, and be sure to subscribe for more Formula 1 content. And with that said, let's get down to it. Whether you're a Verstappen fan or not, you have to admit that his 2022 season was phenomenal. Minus the reliability issues at the start of the season, he was pretty much unstoppable since that point. Perez and Verstappen were pretty level when heading to Monaco, and it was from this point on in the season that we really saw Verstappen starting to pull away from Perez in the standings. Red Bull also further developed the car by shifting some of its excessive weight to bring it close to the minimum weight limit. Now, Perez did claim that the final developments to the RB18 favoured Max, and that was why he started to fall behind the world champion. Although these comments were addressed by Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko, who said that these comments were nonsense and the weight reductions made were not to favour any one driver's driving style. The result from this point on was Perez playing the role of the second driver in the team and obeying team orders to help Max on his way to defending his World Championship title, in which he was successful. Heading into the closing race of the season, tensions rose between the teammates with Verstappen's refusal to obey team orders. And in a recent interview, Verstappen made his own comments in regards to second drivers in teams, drawing a comparison of second drivers to Valtteri Bottas when he was at Mercedes. Every year he starts fresh, but after a few races you realise it's not going to happen again and you accept your role. He still finished on podiums, he won a few races and took pole positions. You have to just accept that the driver next to you is just a bit better. That's fine, that can happen. It's important that he accepted it. Some drivers can't do that and then it goes completely wrong. Then they don't survive for very long. I'm not going to name names, but you have to accept your role. You can't live in a fairy tale world. These are pretty brutal comments considering the role that Perez has played as the obvious number 2 driver within Red Bull. And it seems they could also serve as a bit of a warning to Perez to not challenge Verstappen in 2023. In February this year, Lando Norris signed a long-term deal with McLaren, an extension which will see him stay with the team until 2025. However, whilst he remains on board with McLaren at the moment, Red Bull revealed at the Mexican Grand Prix that they did begin sniffing around the young driver, and talks had been held between Christian Horner and Lando Norris in the past, and Horner was quoted as saying, "We've talked to Lando a couple of times over the years, but every time we've had a conversation, he signed a contract with McLaren the next day." For now, Norris seems comfortable at McLaren, but having Red Bull interested in you is definitely not a bad thing. Norris has made it clear that he wants to be winning world championships, and believes at the moment that McLaren are heading in the right direction in order to do that, explaining that 2024 and 2025 will probably be the best shot for the team. But when asked about the talks at Red Bull, he was quoted as saying, "Of course there are talks with other people from time to time. You always ask yourself the question, what is the best thing for my career? I want to win and win world championships. There have been talks with Red Bull. They are a team that have been in the top 3 for years. But that just shows even more how much confidence I have in McLaren. Although there were talks, I felt McLaren was better for me to achieve my goals." Now, I think that Lando has made a good decision to stay with McLaren at the moment. He's the number 1 driver in McLaren right now, whereas a move to Red Bull would likely see him taking up the number 2 spot behind Max Verstappen. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's the video for me today, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and until the next time, bye bye.